Honorable Suhuyini, what do you also say about this? So there was a first deadline, December 19, 2022. We came to the second deadline, December 30, 2022. Third deadline, January 16, 2023. Fourth deadline, January 31st. Then here we are, fifth deadline, February 7.
Well, Samson, all of this is happening as a result of the cluelessness and the intransigence of that cluelessness that is exhibited by the people who are in charge.
The longer it takes, the worse the economy gets.
But unfortunately, the people in charge don't realize this fact, that the longer it takes, because it has taken so long for them to do certain things, we got to where we are today. And unfortunately, they are not still waking up to smell the coffee, to realize that the longer it takes, the worse our situation becomes, so that they can begin to act in ways that will engender, some sort of sympathy and support from the general public. And it is sad. I mean, for some of us who knew.
But there are no options.
There are.
From Bright Simmons' presentation to us on this show, the countries that have done this, the least period they took to consult with the people was 13 months. Some did 18, some did far more. But in our case, because we did not subscribe to the debt suspension and the situation got bad, we have to go to the IMF, they say board.
From staff level, we're going to the board.
In April, right? And we need to get this as quickly as possible. So we don't have the luxury.
So why didn't we subscribe to the debt suspension?
Because we are taking a firm decision that we're not going to.
We're arrogant, we're intransigent, we'll refuse to listen to good advice. In fact, when we're told that our economy was in crisis by 2018, 2019, or was heading there, it was denied, it was poo-pooed.
Yes.
And by 2020, the COVID hit and exposed the fact that our government had been managing the economy cluelessly, and that they had finished, wasting the inheritance that they came to meet, the harvest. It was harvest time. I mean, some work had been done prior to their coming into office. And so it was a period of plenty. 2017 was a period of plenty. 2018 was a period of plenty. But by 2019, the signs were on the wall that as a result of mismanagement and misapplication and corruption of the period of plenty, we were heading into a ditch. They denied it. And eventually...
2019, I think it was rather 2020, 21 that the World Bank representative said that things were already getting bad. Not in 2019.
According to the World Bank report, by 2019, we were highly, our debt stress was high. By 2019, our debt stress was high, according to the World Bank report. In fact, the World Bank country director himself has said it, that we started facing challenges by 2019. We had finished wasting the harvest that we came to meet, and so the signs started showing. And clearly, they did not take remedial steps. They were still boastful. They were still arrogant about the mismanagement that they were supervising. And
so now here we are in the ditch. So how do we pull ourselves out?
We are in the ditch, but unfortunately, they are still not listening. So I was surprised when you started by saying that, well, they have listened. Look, by 2021, there were calls for them to have a national forum. Let's even have a national debt forum. So that you have all these people who will be affected by this restructuring come to one room, sit around one table. Let us all appreciate how the agreement with the financial institutions, for example, will affect the individuals who trade with the financial institution. You are not doing that. You are rather engaged in divide and conquer. So you go and negotiate separately with the banks. Whatever the banks agree to is not in some way in the interest of the individual who also does business with the bank. We do not know if our interest has been guaranteed in the agreement that the banks have reached with the government as far as this is concerned. Again, with the insurers, we do not know. I have a package with the insurance company. The insurance company has gone to agree with government, to take a haircut. I do not know how it will impact my deal with them. So when you do not have that national platform where you have all the stakeholders sitting together to have a conversation where it is frank, where you all know what you have to give and take, and especially where the government leads the way in shaving its hair. And that is where I agree with Martin. I mean, if you look at our budget for 2023, the government is seeking to increase expenditure by about 53%. Within the short period of time that minority members of parliament had to look at the budget, we were able to cut down on, for example, 80 million Ghana cedis that was going to, what do you call it, cathedral. 10 million Ghana cedis that was going to the corrupt-ridden special initiatives office at the presidency. We're able to do all of that within the short period of time that we had. So if together we sit around the table and look at this budget, where government is seeking to increase expenditure by 53%, and you are talking about increasing it from 133 billion to about 205 billion. 133 billion last year. I mean, we could not even, spend 133 billion. We couldn't even realize that. Now you are seeking to spend 205 billion. When you are asking me to reduce my spending and to give it to you to pay your debt, I mean, what sense does it make?